Initialize sequence now.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your safety belts, because it's time for The Radio Freaks.
Oh, Lordy Lord, he's desperate. Do what he say. Do what he say.
You gotta do some more show prep, motherfucker.
Are you about to call me an asshole?
We're going to hell in a handbasket.
As of this very moment, I am still a virgin.
Russian roulette is bareback sex with 6 chicks and one of them has AIDS.
We're a bad influence.
We do like to speak about vagina whenever possible.
Yes, we do. God bless this medium.
He said, I can smell your cum.
You know, I found my dad's Playboy stash probably around 8 or 9 years old.
Ooh, Hustler magazine. I finally get to see what a vagina looks. Oh God! Oh my God!
I want the resurrection of the V word. I've had it.
Is that supposed to be sexy?
Everybody accuses me of riding coattails anyway, so.
Yeah, I might as well join in then.
It's not a fucking man crush.
You guys kick ass. You're double live gonzo. Intensity in 10 cities. Live at Budokan.
I wish death and AIDS on a number of people throughout the day, just to get through the day.
We're completely just fucking self-destructing. Welcome to the Radio Freaks, RadioFreaks.tv. I am Brian, along with my pal John.
Good evening, buddy.
How are you?
Doing all right.
Great show for you tonight. We have singer, actress, reality star, model, Allison Ceglio.
Ceglio.
On the show tonight. I knew I was going to fuck that up.
You tried so hard to get it right.
I did. Minutes before the show, I was listening to her say it, and I still fucked it up. But this too shall pass.
Mm-hmm.
Only a few more weeks till our 100th episode.
Mm-hmm.
Live in New York City.
Absolutely.
Preparation is still going on for that. Already confirmed to do the show. Our pal Robert Kelly.
Very nice.
And I have it on very good authority that I was told today.
Mm-hmm.
MILF of the Year, Lisa Ann.
Oh, really?
Is trying to clear her schedule and get out to the area for our show because she really loves our show.
Fantastic.
So that's some news. We got Robert
Absolutely.
Kelly and hopefully Lisa Ann will be there as well.
Very nice.
Looking at a bunch of other people who I don't really want to, I don't know if I have said it or not, but I would prefer to try not to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So that I'm not fucking us up. But a few other cool guests that hopefully will pan out.
Fantastic.
So very excited about that. It's going to be at Headquarters Gentlemen's Club April 24th, which we understand is a Wednesday. Might be a little difficult to get out, but it'll be a cool night to come out if you are able to.
Mm-hmm.
Headquarters is located in New York City.
Yeah.
Right by, because a couple people were asking me, well, is it near Penn Station? Well, as a matter of fact, it is near Penn Station. It's 552 West 38th, between 10th and 11th. So that's like 4 blocks from Penn Station.
I believe so, yes.
It's like 4 blocks down and a half a block over or something like that.
Yeah, I believe it's, if I remember correctly, it's the place we went to for this book signing, so it's actually right by is it the Javits Center?
Yes, it is right by the Javits Center.
Right by the Javits Center, so.
Right across the street from the Javits Center, actually.
Yeah.
So, if you know where that is, then you know where Headquarters Gentlemen's Club is. So we're going to be partying it up at Headquarters Gentlemen's Club on April 24th with Robert Kelly and hopefully Lisa Ann and a bunch of other guests to be named as we go forward. I'm aiming to name a guest that's coming each week leading up to the actual event.
Sounds reasonable.
Kind of hype it up a little bit.
Makes sense.
So, what's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. It's been a pretty quiet past week. I mean, I was, I don't know, we were both sick last show.
Yeah.
And I've been completely out of it for whatever reason. Like, I can't even tell you what's happened the last couple of days, because all I have done coming home from work is I've slept. That's it. I wasn't even like do anything. Like I was like, I'm living on my own now with my girl, and there are errands to do, there are chores to do, and I cannot do them. Like, I feel bad because she stays up all night because she sleeps during the day because she just can't seem to sleep sleep at night.
She's a night owl like I am.
Pretty much. And so I'm just trying to help out, and I want to do a bit more because I feel bad, and I can't do anything. I freaking come home and I'm done. I am absolutely done. Right. Tonight's the only night I haven't done that, and it stinks because I wanted to play my new game.
What new game?
I have Tomb Raider.
Oh.
Yep. And it's I got a chance to start playing it like on Sunday, and slept on Monday, slept on Tuesday, and tonight I'm doing the show. And I finally feel awake enough to actually do something, but I gotta do the show. So.
And what console are you on? You're on the PS3, right?
PS3. Yeah. I pretty much given up on the 360. I'm not gonna lie.
I know we weren't on the same platform. I couldn't remember which one you were.
Well, we could have been. It's just that I gave up on the 360. I mean, I was paying for gold. Thankfully, I wasn't paying a lot, but I was paying for gold, and I wasn't playing anything.
Right.
Meanwhile, I dropped $50 for the PlayStation Plus. I've got 20 games for free. Like 16 on the PS3 itself, and about 8 of them and about like 4 to 6 of them on my PS Vita, and they're free, absolutely fucking free.
Well, if you've got the PS Vita, it kind of makes sense to go with the 3.
Dude, if anybody is out there considering getting the PlayStation Plus program, I highly recommend it, because, like I said, you get free games and you get discounts as well. You get discounts on a whole list of games. So they give you a whole bunch of free games, and then they give you a couple of discounts on a whole bunch of other shit, too. It's ridiculous.
I signed up for when Call of Duty... I'm trying to remember which one it was. Whichever the last regular Call of Duty was that came out. Was it 3?
Yeah.
When 3 came out, they had this special ops package or something
The Elite thing?
Yeah, the Elite thing. And I signed up for it. And honestly, I never fucking use it.
Right.
But I use my gold membership, just not. I mean, as much as I can. I mean, just like you, I don't use it often enough that I'm not considering dropping it. But I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of it either.
I feel bad because, I mean, like I had people who wanted to play and shit like that, but I was never on. I was never able to be on.
And I'm fucking technically unemployed. You'd think I'd have all the time in the goddamn world to do it, but like you said, being an adult, there's responsibilities and shit that you got to take care of, and real life takes over, and before you know it, it's time to go back to bed again.
Right.
So
I mean, like I'm sitting there, I'm like, I have the gold thing, and it's expiring soon, but I haven't renewed it. I'm like, fuck it. What do I need it for? I haven't played anything. I haven't played like Halo 3 multiplayer. I haven't played Halo 4, and I sadly can't afford it right now. I have ODST, but I'm not going to be getting that anytime soon.
Right.
I started it, but I'm not going to finish it. The multiplayer and shit like that. I'm just trying to, But, I got the PlayStation 3, man. It rules. It rules. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. I'm not going to miss anything from the 360. I know people out there are going to be like, oh, the 360 is amazing. Yeah, but you get nothing paying for $50. PlayStation 3 lets you play multiplayer for free online, period, in the story.
You know what you'll miss from the 360?
What's that?
When Dr. Steve and Bob Kelly and I finally get on all at the same time to play Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah, and when you do, it's never when I seem to be around.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. Steve's been talking about it. But he's like, yeah, we should get Bob Kelly and you, and we should all get on and play Black Ops. And, if Bobby gets on, there's a small chance that, Anthony might get on or Dane might get on. And, now you're talking fucking a cool time if you're playing with Anthony or Dane.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, eventually I'll probably re-get my a gold membership. But I mean, I'll wait till the sale comes along and I'll pay $35 for it instead of paying $50.
Right.
Because every so often I see the deal pop up. Oh, here, gold, 12 months, $35. Okay. I'm not going to pay $50 if I don't have to.
This week, well, you know what I did? I fucking just got a bunch of, for Christmas, people were giving me gold point cards.
Okay.
So, like, even if I wanted to, I couldn't, I got to redeem the codes and use them for something.
Absolutely.
So, but I don't know. I enjoy the the Xbox 360.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you're paying $50 just to play online when you can play it for free anywhere else.
Right.
I jump on my PlayStation 3. I have Call of Duty. Black Ops 2.
And the Wii is so far behind multiplayer, it's not even funny.
Well, depends on which Wii you're talking about. The old Wii or the Wii U.
Well, the old Wii. I haven't really experienced the Wii U.
Yeah, well, the Wii U's apparently got some of that multiplayer shit figured out, so good for it. It's
about fucking time.
Yeah,
they've only been behind PlayStation and Xbox for the last 6 years.
Well, it's because they ate their fucking ass with the GameCube and the Wii and its gaming capabilities. I mean, comparatively, the Wii U is going to be, it should be online with, in line with the rest of everything else.
Right.
I mean, you got like all the next gen games coming out on the Wii U.
Right.
Like, what is it? The Assassin's Creed is coming out on the Wii U. I think I'm not 100% sure. I thought the new BioShock Infinite is coming out on the Wii U eventually. I think it's going to be delayed a month.
I don't know what it's like to play with the Wii U controller, but I used to try and play some of those games. Like I got when we first got the Wii, the regular Wii, I bought a couple games for myself, and Debbie bought a couple games for her because we didn't have the 360 back then, and this was the only gaming console we were intending on buying. My brother-in-law bought me a 360 for Christmas, so that's how I wound up with the 360. But when we bought the Wii, I wound up with getting a couple different games for myself, like Ghostbusters and I think MLB or something like that. I didn't like playing it with that controller, though.
I understand.
That was a shit controller.
That's the thing. It's not meant. It's
meant to be interactive. It's not meant to be playing games like fucking Call of Duty and Ghostbusters on it.
Pretty much. I mean, if you look at what the Wii used to be, I mean, it was a good idea, but if you didn't actually get up and play it, you didn't play. I mean, half the time if it gets used right now, we play Mario Kart on it.
Yeah, it's good for playing fucking Mario Kart or Dance Dance Revolution, and that's about it.
And even that, I think it's better on some of the other platforms. But it's okay for a console, for a light gamer. It's perfect.
Right.
I mean, the aiming and pointing and shooting thing, that concept was pretty damn good. It works. It seemed to work pretty well for like House of the Dead series, which apparently was amazing on it. Hell, Resident Evil 4 was re-released on it just to give you that option. So I don't know exactly how bad it was.
Right.
But comparatively now, the Wii U is ridiculous. I mean, you could the reason why I love the Wii U is because you can be playing, your game, on the screen, and you're having fun. All of a sudden, you're like, your wife could come home, or your anybody, pick your favorite poison. But they come in like, I want to watch TV. Be like, fine. You pick up the other controller, that one with the screen on it,
right,
and your game can go whoop, right to that little screen, and you can keep playing.
And that's their big selling point for that.
That's not just the big selling point. The big selling point is the fact that even if you wanted to watch TV,
right, you can do that in game at the same time.
Absolutely. You drop your game, you turn on the TV, and you're watching TV, a different channel on your little Wii U.
Right.
And it's amazing, and the power of the game behind it is supposed to be ridiculous. So I don't know what you're going to see at this Wii U. It could be the next big thing. Who knows? Who the fuck knows?
You never seem to know with these things because they always have, the weirdest shelf life on them. They could either be released as the biggest thing and flop, or
Right.
they could have a quiet release and become the biggest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah. The PlayStation 3, I would love to say the PlayStation 3 is a flop. But even right now, even as I say this, the PlayStation 3 is still doing a damn good job of selling units.
And they're coming out with a new PlayStation.
The PlayStation 4 is coming out supposedly this holiday season.
I think they're working on a new Xbox too.
Probably. I think they've already released some details, but nothing I would say physical details. Like I would say, I think we know that it's going to require an always-on internet connection.
Right.
It's supposed to be like 2 times, like some ridiculous amount of times more powerful than the original 360. It's just I think the Xbox 720, I think, is even the supposed name. Development units of the PlayStation 4 are already going out. Same with the controllers.
The Xbox 720 remote, if that is what they're calling it, looks a lot like the Wii U controller.
Yeah, that's. I would say that's your speculation at its best, because at this point you're at no point looking at a finished product. Like, at this point I would be like, maybe that's what they're going to give us.
Right.
Maybe, probably not, but you never know. I mean, you kind of sit here and you, as a gamer who has been, chomping at the bit when the Super Nintendo was released, or when the Sega Dreamcast was released, and I had to have it the day of. There's really no point to going at, being rabid fans anymore with these game releases, because everything just drops in price later.
There's something that looks like a sphere that has something to do. I'm looking online as we talk about it.
You're probably looking at the commercial from the PlayStation 2 era.
No, it says PS4 and Xbox 720 unveiled.
No,
and it looks like it's some sort of a sphere that you pop the CD in the front of it. I don't know.
No. No. The sphere that you're probably seeing is someone fucking with you. Because no one knows what these things are going to be looking like.
It's a cool looking design, though, if it is.
Oh, well, I mean, believe me, what people come up with 9 times out of 10 are usually put everything to shame what other people will make.
It almost puts to shame the actual product.
It does. Someone actually, when they were releasing the PSP Go, someone had a render of a PlayStation Portable device that was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it was ingenious in its design, and it would have knocked the socks out of anybody who was looking at it. Screen that slid into place, and when you slid it upward, there were all your controls. But otherwise, it was just a touch screen that you could just touch and interact with.
You would think if you were working for Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo that you would look at what these fans are rendering and try and base something off of that.
Absolutely. There's no reason why these people are looking at these designs and not going, that's a good idea. I should copy that.
Because they're clearly coming up with better fucking ideas than the actual people.
Absolutely. But it's just these people have they do these focus groups, and they have these special investigations and these design sessions, and they don't have anybody who's in touch with reality.
No.
I mean, if you look at the way cell phones are going, cell phones are getting bigger, right?
Right.
You've had a Galaxy S3, don't you?
No, I have I had a Droid Bionic, which I loved, and then I broke it, and they sent me the Droid Razor.
Oh, you got the Droid. Okay,
it's not even
a big fucking phone, right?
Well, the Droid Razor's it's about the size. It's smaller than the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
actually
it's
no,
still,
I don't think so. The Droid Razor, I think, is bigger than the iPhone.
Is it? Are you? No, you're probably thinking of the Droid Razor Max.
Okay.
The Droid Razor itself is pretty small.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
But they
the
are
Droid
getting.
Razor was...
But phones in general are getting much bigger, and you would think technology normally would go to getting smaller, but they're getting bigger because people want to watch all sorts of media and stuff.
Exactly. That's the problem with a lot of things right now. I mean, if you think about what phone you said you usually love the Bionic. The Bionic I remember being about 3.4 inches,
something like
maybe
that.
4, and that's how big the iPhone was. The iPhone was about that big. The iPhone 5 went to 4 inches now, and it's not that much bigger. Like, it's the perfect balance, I would think personally, of big screen but a minimal device. You know, and that's, I think, a problem that everyone's struggling with, because the Galaxy S3, 4.3-inch screen. That's a big screen.
Lunch Journal's in the chat room. What is this, Nerdgasm?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Except for we're actually interesting and they're not.
Hey, they're friends of ours.
Well, I'll take a shot at anybody anyway.
And you know who's in the chat room?
What's up?
Nate Sack.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That fucker's been talking up some shit.
About what?
Dude, he's been posting like mad recently, just trying to get a joke out.
Well, that pretty much sums up Nate's Twitter experience all the time.
I'm not saying Nate isn't funny. I'm not trying to include that he's just like he keeps throwing shit out there trying to make people laugh. No. He's throwing just a lot of stuff out all at once. Like today, every single thing, everything that was even like remotely relevant and or trending on Twitter, dude, he had like 50 to 100 tweets. It was amazing.
Wow.
I had to give him credit. It was like awesome as shit. But
he's a
holy
tweeting
crap.
machine. You know who also is a tweeting machine? Our pal Cigars and Scotch.
You know what? Cigars and Scotch is a man. Listen, Nathan. I'm sorry. I don't want to use his real name because no.
Oh, Nate is so much smaller. Oh, good. Yeah. You just chased him out of the chat room.
Fantastic. Nate Sack is a fucking machine gun. Cigars and Scotch is a sniper. Okay? Nate Sack tries to hit everything in the room all at once. Cigars and Scotch, he will sit back and he will pick off the subject with just some well-placed shots.
All right.
That's it. You can't. Kumi is a fucking shotgun.
Yeah.
He'll just aim and blast you, and he'll hit a whole bunch all at once.
All right. Well, before we get going too much further,
okay.
If you'd like to follow us on the social media, because I forgot to do this earlier.
Oh, good. The plugging hasn't happened yet.
If you want to follow us on social media, on the Tweety or on the Facebook, here's how you do it.
Twitter.
You can follow the Radio Freaks on our many different social networking venues. Where's the beats to it, though? There's no real beats.
TheRadioFreaks.com.
At TheRadioFreaks. At The Radio Freaks. At TheRadioFreaks. At The Radio Freaks. At The Radio Freaks.
We're not doing it to just have the listeners have their fun. Yeah, we're trying to make them laugh, but in the end, I'm just trying to get Brian to laugh.
And she said her computer sucks dick. Well, at least somebody in that house does.
I know, they can all suck my neck.
I was not doing anything inappropriate in my vehicle while I was working.
Oh, I bet you were.
What kind of person do you think I am? He's late for his first show as third mic.
Third mic? It's not even a mic. It's two mics and a cell phone.
What's the power of technology? We can just have you on the phone and you're there.
Brian. John.
Were you hoping Patrick Swayze would come back from the dead and hold you up over his head in the lake?
No, I was going to drown his ass in the lake.
I've just been told to die in a fire. That means I've done my job well.
At TheRadioFreaks. That's right, The Radio Freaks on Twitter, twitter.com/TheRadioFreaks, Twitter.com/NoFate301, Twitter.com/WoodFloorLiquor, and like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/TheRadioFreaks. Nate Sack in the room says, at Nathan Brimmer, John, suck a dick.
My bad. I thought we were still at Nate Sack. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he changed it because he's trying to go legit.
Oh, okay.
It's a wolf in sheep's clothing, trust me. So this week, what I did was fucking recover. Because like you mentioned earlier, both of us were sick last week. And then Sunday, actually Saturday night, we made our Nate Sack in the chat room. When my film is made this summer, I'm going to put a thanks into John for sucking cock.
Just make sure you put my Twitter name in there.
Debbie and I made our annual pilgrimage up to Long Island this weekend.
Yes.
For the Huntington St. Patrick's Day Parade. Which,
yeah, I have to ask about that.
We go up there every year for the parade, but we never actually see the parade.
Of course not.
Because along the parade route is the famous F.H. Riley's, 400 New York Avenue, in the heart of Huntington Village.
Absolutely.
Owned by our good pal, Brett Hughes, who is the brother of Greg Opie Hughes from the Opie
Who is
Show.
a silent partner.
Yes. And we had a good time. Even, last year Opie wasn't there, and we still had a phenomenal time, but it's always good to see Ope. So I walked up to say hi to Opie this year.
Yeah.
And he had his son with him.
Oh!
Holy shit. Fucking adorable.
Absolutely.
Adorable, this kid. He looks like a young Hitler youth. Platinum blonde hair and this serious look on his face, and then he just starts laughing out of nowhere.
He's just like his dad.
Oh, he absolutely is. He's got the stern Opie eyes, and then he just starts laughing at you.
Oh, man.
So I go up to say hi to Opie. Now, I don't want to bother him while he's eating, but it looks like he's finished, so I go up there to say hello to him. And I step right in front of somebody to say hello to him.
Oh, God.
Now, Opie says hi to me, and he's, hey, what's going on, man, and how you doing, and blah, blah, blah. And then he kind of talks to somebody over my shoulder. And I'm like, what? Huh? I turn around. Fucking Anthony's standing right behind me. I walked in front of Anthony to talk to Opie.
Oh, you douche.
I stood right in front of him like he was fucking nobody just to talk to Opie.
You douche.
I did, got the whole bro hug thing going on.
Yeah.
Turn around, there's Anthony and his girl. And I'm like,
awesome.
Fuck me. Sorry, Ant. Didn't even see you standing there. And I wasn't trying to be an asshole about it. I just literally did not see him standing there.
Yeah.
So. But everybody had a good time. Ma was there. Always a good time to see Ma.
Shit.
And, of course, geez, my phone will not stop going off. Kim was there.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Kim, I don't really, if I want to say her last name on the air, and she doesn't really have a Twitter handle that I could use.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It's cool.
And Melissa was there.
Oh, wow, really?
Drew had to work, but Melissa is a staple of the F.H. Riley's parade.
Absolutely.
And Nurse Heather was there.
Oh, wow.
She hasn't been up in a while, so it's good to see her. She lost about 100 pounds. She looks phenomenal.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And who else was up there? There's a girl I call Cindy Lou Who, and I don't remember her name off the top of my head. But she's a sweetheart. She's there every year. But the only sad part is this was year 2 without Elmo. And Elmo always a big part of the St. Patrick's Day festivities. But we had a good time.
Part of a lot of things.
Yeah. And then we stopped at my dad's on the way back home, and we had to leave my dad's abruptly because I got a text message that I was asked to fill in at work, so we wound up running home. But it was a good time. Really good time. So, my friend, we kind of knew this was going to happen, but we didn't know when it was going to happen. Nobody really knew when it was going to happen. Huh?
Kind of lucky it did happen, though.
Yeah, kind of lucky it happened tonight.
Yeah.
If you've been paying attention to the news today,
the world in general,
around 2:45 Eastern time, the Catholic Church elected a new pope, a new leader of the Catholic Church. The papal conclave got together and they got their votes out. A lot of people thought it was going to be Timothy Dolan, the Archbishop from New York.
Let's be honest. The only people who thought that were from New York City.
Really? I heard he had gained a lot of popularity.
No, he didn't.
I don't know.
Dude, the only reason why he gained popularity is because someone said, "Oh, I hear there's a rumor." Bullshit. There was no rumor.
He was walking around the Vatican like a rock star the week before.
Because he wanted to. There was no. He had no. Listen, the only ones that were actually causing any buzz was the really. I think the black guy from the Philippines. I think it was. There were a couple of like big names. Fucking Dolan wasn't even part of shit. He was like the lowest of the low on the rung. He was the guy who was saying the other guys were fucking popular.
The New York Times would disagree with you, but okay. That's where I saw it. Was the New York Times said one of the favorites was supposed to be him.
Yeah, and everything I read said that no one was favored in the Americas except for the dude like freaking I think it was Chile. The Argentinian guy was even fucking favored at the time, I believe.
Wow.
But the big name was the really black guy, I think from like I said, from the Philippines. He was the big one. He was the big rock star going in, apparently.
Huh.
He didn't get voted in.
No, he didn't get it.
I really wanted to see a black guy get voted as Pope. Oh my god. The fucking conservatives would have killed themselves. I'm not even talking about Republicans, don't get me wrong. Not Republicans. Conservatives. The ones who make the Republicans' life hell. Let's be honest. Republicans are nice people. Conservatives, they're fucking everything up.
So the Cardinals have elected, I don't know if is it Jorge or George?
I believe it's Jorge.
Jorge Mario Bergoglio, who will lead the Catholic Church into the next few years. The 266th pontiff of the Roman Catholic Church, and he will be known as Francis I. He's also the first non-European pope in more than 1,200 years.
Absolutely.
And the first member of the Jesuit order to lead the church.
Holy shit.
He's 76 years old.
Is he older than Ratzinger?
I think so.
Holy shit.
So, here's my question. Wouldn't you go for a younger pope?
I don't think you're allowed to be young around. I don't think you're allowed to be a pope and young. I think all the cardinals molest you then.
I mean, I'm not talking, obviously, kid age, but, I mean, Dolan's a little bit younger than that, I think.
That's probably why he didn't get the fucking vote. He's probably too young.
He's standing right up there with the new pope when he was greeting everybody. So.
I don't know. It's just... I can't even be interested anymore because Pope John Paul II ruined me for any other pope. He really has.
Well, it was the pope that you grew up with.
Absolutely, and he's the pope that I would measure anybody else against. And he was just too fucking good. I mean, he was like the first pope to go like, let's see, the Holocaust happened. Homosexuals aren't really that bad, and yeah, this whole like fucking little kids thing. Yeah, maybe we should do something about that.
It would be interesting to see the approach that this pope has towards things like that.
I can remember he's got like everyone's like kind of hopping on a couple of things that he's apparently said in the past. Oh, we are taking several steps back.
Really?
As a Catholic.
That's a good thing I don't really practice anymore.
Yeah. My friend made a joke on Twitter. He's like, he made a joke that made me think that the next pope was going to be James Woods.
Nice.
And I went, holy shit, if it was James Wood, I'd go back to church.
Craig Ferguson's been making the joke that they should replace the pope with Ashton Kutcher.
I'd be okay with that. I mean, a celebrity pope could be interesting.
And I saw on Twitter a few people have decided, as things will happen with news of this nature.
Yeah.
The hashtag replace movie titles with Pope.
Oh, God.
Has trended on Twitter.
Oh, good.
And I was reading some of them. Rise of the Planet of the Pope.
Young boys everywhere.
51st Popes.
You lead an entire congregation of the Catholic Church. What?
Boys and the Pope.
See, that's just nasty.
The Flamingo Pope. Diary of a Wimpy Pope.
The kids keep bullying me and taking my head.
Someone, of course, went with the porn angle Backdoor Pope 9.
Do I have to watch Backdoor Pope 1 through 8 to get the story?
Nah, probably not.
Okay.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Fantastic.
Pope Springs. Tyler Perry's Pope Goes to Jail.
Medea, Diary of a Mad Black Pope.
Yeah. Mean Popes.
Not bad.
Da Pope Unchained. Dude, Where's My Pope?
That's a good one.
Kill Pope. Bridget Jones's Pope.
Oh, God.
Pope in Black. Pope and the Bandit. Gone with the Pope.
That's fucked up.
The Pope Games.
Very nice. That's actually quite applicable.
Star Wars: The Last Pope.
Pope Evil.
Zack and the Pope Make a Porno.
Groundhog Pope.
Nice. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Pope.
Popeception.
The Popes of Wrath.
I will love him and pet him and enjoy Pope Jorge.
Nate Sack and Lunch Journals. Feel free to jump in anytime in the chat room. Because you are the masters of things like this.
Yeah.
Cloudy with a Chance of Popes.
South Pope, bigger, longer, and uncut.
Nice. Snow White and the Pope. Rise of the Popes. Reservoir Popes.
The Pope family.
All Quiet on the Western Pope.
The Great Pope.
The Silence of the Popes.
The Pope Escape.
Jurassic Pope.
Oh, Jesus.
Iron Pope. The Amazing Pope.
Pope Ventures.
Incredible Pope. Pope Floats.
G.I. Joe and the Rise of Pope.
Ferris Bueller's Pope Off.
Oh.
No Country for Old Pope.
Oh. Super Mario Popes.
Pope Back Mountain.
Call of Duty Black Pope.
Well, now you're going into games.
I gotta go somewhere.
3 Men and a Little Pope. The Nutty Pope Fesser.
Legend of Pope.
The Devil Wears Pope.
Oh shit.
Any Which Way But Pope. Sex, Lies, and Pope.
The Crying Pope.
The Crying Pope. Apocalypse. Apocalypse. Fuck it. The bird with the crystal popage.
Oh Jesus.
Spider Pope 2. Popes in the Hood. Revenge of the Pope. Hot Tub Pope Machine.
Pope Raider.
2 Cardinals, 1 Pope.
Jesus.
Full Metal Pope. Pope Busters. 8 Popes in a Duffel Bag.
Requiem for a Pope.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pope. The Pope and the Furious. Popes on a Plane.
Popes on a Plane.
The Hand That Rocks the Pope. Pope Fiction.
Journey 2, The Journey to the Mysterious Pope.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Popes 2, The Secret of the Church.
Journey to the Center of the Pope.
Yeah. 40-year-old Pope. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Pope.
Very nice. Papal Wars.
The Wizard of Pope. Star Trek 3, The Search for Pope.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Popes.
The Pope Diaries.
Not bad.
Friday the Pope. Gone with the Pope. No Popes Attached.
Pope Fever.
Pope Bill Volume 3. The Pope That Shagged Me. That's kind of
fucked up. That's kind of fucked up.
Silver Pope Playbook.
There you go.
He Got Pope, starring Ray Allen as Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Max Pope.
The Pope of Venice. How the Pope Stole Christmas.
Shakespearean Pope.
The Pope Does Dallas. How to Lose a Pope in 10 Days.
Shallow Pope.
Popes and Demons. Kung Fu Pope. Slum Pope Millionaire. Pope School Musical. Paranormal Popetivity.
There you go.
Scott Pilgrim versus the Pope.
That would probably be better as Pope activity.
Yeah.
Just night shots of confessionals in all the churches.
Mary Popins. Rebel Without a Pope. I don't know if
Bad Pope.
I don't know
Bad
if
Pope.
Bad Pope.
Beyond Thunderdome.
I don't know if I said this in pre-show or if I said this already. Pope Back Mountain.
Very nice.
A Pope called Wanda. Big
Monty Pope and the Meaning of Life.
Big Pope in Little China. Saving Private Pope.
Pope Roids.
Oh, now we got a bunch of them in the chat room.
Oh, God.
Clash of the Popes. Pope Cake.
Fried Green Popes.
40-year-old Pope. Das
Attack
Pope.
the Killer Popes.
Pope of Steel. The Virgin Popes. Field of Popes. Breakfast.
The Popes.
Breakfast at Popes. The Black Pope. Pope's Box. Schindler's Pope. Nate Sack with that one.
Very nice.
That was the last Pope, though.
Very nice.
Dark Man. 8 Crazy Popes. The Dark Pope Rises.
The Pope, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Lunch Journals checking in. Lemony Snicket and an Unfortunate Series of Popes. The Pope,
Very nice.
The Pope Code. Pope Chainsaw Massacre. Resident Evil Pope. To Kill a Pope. Dirty Pope. Nightmare at Pope Street. Pope More. Godzilla versus Pope.
Weekend of the Popes.
Weekend at Popes. A Pope on Elm Street.
Pope of War.
Pope SquarePants the movie.
Lords of Popetown.
Blazing Popes.
Actually, Popes of Dogtown probably better.
Honey, I Blew Up the Pope.
The Story of Pope. The Life of Pope.
We Bought a Pope.
There you go.
The Pope.
Honey, I Shrunk the Pope.
The Pope Hears a Who. Texas Chainsaw Pope.
The Pope Stole Christmas.
Independence Pope. We did the Pope Stole Christmas, I think, already.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hard to keep track of these.
Yeah, there's a lot. The Pope Legacy.
He Pope.
Happy Pope. Pope in Translation. Dances with Popes. How the Pope Got Her Groove Back. Fucking Dark Man with that one.
Jumping the Pope.
Dances with Popes.
There you go.
Pope of the Rings. Silence of the Catholic Church. That doesn't apply, Nate Sack. Not to mention a little too close
Pope
to
fellas.
reality. Pope what?
Pope fellas.
Pope fellas. Pope Busters. Pope Balls. The Rescuers Down Under. Pope in My Butt. The Manchurian Pope. Austin Powers, the Pope Who Shagged Me. I think I said that one already.
I think so, yeah.
Pope at Ralph.
Kung Fu Pope.
Kung
Pope
Fu
See
Pet.
the Snowman. I'm sorry, Frosty the Pope would be better.
Yeah. Star Pope, The Holy Roman Empire Strikes Back.
That's a great one. Holy shit.
Pope Kimon, the movie. Popeception. Popes from Outer Space.
Wallace and Gromit, The Wrong Pope.
Aha.
Nice. One little more for that one.
No Country for Old Popes. I think we did that one.
I
Pope,
think that was a crap.
Pope Meets World. This one doesn't obviously replace Pope in a movie title, but the 76-year-old version.
Okay.
The Pope of Greenwich Pope. My Big Fat Greek Pope.
Pope the Great and Powerful. Pope the Giant Slayer.
Harry Potter and the Pope of Secrets.
Pope Pope Man Down.
Pope Man Down. That's a good one. Harry Pope and the Prisoner of the Vatican.
The Last Pope Part 2.
Pope in 2, Electric Boogaloo.
That's great.
That's funny. Tu Wong Fu.
Thanks for everything.
Love Pope Benedict.
That's a great one.
Funny. Driving Pope Francis. Boondock Popes. Let's see.
Escape from Planet Pope.
That's a good one. Bat Pope.
Escape from Vatican City.
Dead popes don't wear plaid.
Pope Hard.
What is it?
Pope Hard.
Yes. Clash of the Popes.
The Inglorious Popes.
Inglorious Popes. Pope fiction came through a lot here.
Yeah, it's got it.
Hell is where the Pope is.
That's a good one. Bridges over Vatican City.
Let's see. A Pope for All Seasons.
A Miracle. Oh no, a Pope on 34th Street.
Rear Pope, Raising Pope, Cloudy with a Chance of Popes, Pope's Day Off, Celebrity Sex Popes,
James Bond and Dr. Pope.
Pope Got Fingered.
That's a good one. Drop Dead Pope.
Nate Sack, Dr. Pope Love. Nate Sack says, okay, I'm going to cane myself. Go cane myself for 99% of those.
Oh, shit.
I knew this was right up your alley, Nate.
Absolutely.
White Men Can't Pope. Eat Love Pope.
Hansel and Gretel, Pope Hunters.
Pope on a Hot Tin Roof.
The Pope, An Unexpected Vote.
Dead Popes Society.
Pope Bodies.
Are We Pope Yet?
A Good Day to Die Pope.
Cheaper by the Pope. Arsenic and Old Popes.
Oh, shit.
Beauty and the Pope. Mean Popes. I love your rosary. Where'd you get it? She doesn't even go to church here.
Wreck-It Pope.
Yeah, we did that one.
Pope Dawn.
The Pope Brothers.
The Pope Saga Breaking Dawn.
Popes of the Caribbean. Not all popes go to heaven.
The Pope with the Iron Fists. Holy shit.
Pope Shank Redemption.
Here Comes the Pope.
Pope to the Future.
7 Popes.
Bend It Like Pope.
That's a great one.
How to Train Your Pope. Popes in the Hood.
Jeez.
Percy Jackson.
Pope Field or Clover Pope.
Percy Jackson and the Lightning Pope.
House at the End of the Pope.
Confessions of a Teenage Drama Pope.
Pope at the End of the Street. There you go.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Popes.
Evil Pope or Pope Dead.
Pope Blart Mall Cop. Or it could go Paul Blart Mall Pope.
There you go. I like that one a lot better.
The Good, the Bad, and the Pope.
I think I gave Pope the Bad and the Ugly, so that's pretty good anyway. Paul Pope.
21 Pope Street.
310 to Pope. An American Pope, Fievel Goes West. Or in this case, an American Pope. Shit. Should be Timothy Goes West. There you go.
Saving Private Pope.
Blazing Popes. 3 popes.
$1 million Pope.
Legends of the Pope.
Pope Blues, Jack and Pope.
City popes.
The Lion Pope.
Cowboys and popes.
Don't be a pope in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
There you go. There it is.
That would have been better with don't be a pope in South Central while drinking your juice in the Vatican or something.
There you go. Pope Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Nice. Pope Gilmore.
Old Pope. The Pope Whisperer.
This one's got the whole franchise here. Pope Hard 2, Pope Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Pope Hard, A Good Day to Pope Hard.
Let's see. From Pope Till Dawn.
Yeah, always a good one.
True Pope.
Popes in the Outfield.
Pope in the Valley.
Pope's Gone Wild.
Pope's World.
Invasion of the Pope Snatchers.
Wayne's Pope. Pope of the Caribbean. Curse of the Black Pearl.
Nice.
Pope Ace Ventura. Pope.
The Pope with the dragon tattoo.
Lord of the Pope. The Return of the King. Mr. and Mrs. Pope.
Al Pope 13.
The Pope After Tomorrow. Pope 5 Alive.
101 Popes.
Ocean's Pope.
Edward Pope Hands.
King Pope.
I don't know if I did this one on the internet. Silver Linings Pope book.
I think you said something different, but it's still good. Pope City.
Jurassic Pope.
Transformers Revenge of the Pope.
The Pope is eating Gilbert Grape.
The Pope King.
Jack the Pope Slayer.
Back to the Pope. Or Pope of the Future.
The Pope Next Door.
Ex-Pope.
Cloudy with a Chance of Pope Balls.
Pope and Poper.
Human Centipope.
Pope Begins.
7 Brides for 7 Popes. Fun with Dick and Pope.
Me, Myself, and Pope.
Apocalypse Now.
Saving Pope Ryan.
I would think we did that one.
Aw, bullshit.
The Lizzie McPope movie.
The Pope Trap.
Super Pope Me. Despicable Pope.
Pope Express.
The Pope An Unexpected Journey.
Pope Hour.
P for Pope Detta.
Oh, God. Let's see. Would it be the Pope the 13th?
Yeah.
Scary Pope.
Finding Pope. James and the Giant Pope.
Pope Hollow. Ghost Pope.
Nude Popes with Big Guns.
Final Pope. Pope of the Dead.
Spinal Pope.
I Know What You Did Last Pope.
Nice.
Interview with the Pope.
Pope of the Month.
Pope's Labyrinth. Pope Trinity.
One of my favorites was The Dark Pope Rises, and they included a picture of Desmond Tutu.
The Blair Witch Pope. AVP Alien versus Pope.
Nice.
Fuck.
Nice.
A Pope on Elm Street.
Transformers Dark Side of the Pope.
Pope.
Raiders of the Last Pope.
28 Popes Later.
The Pope, the Bad, and the Ugly.
The Texas Pope Massacre. I think you said that one.
Popeception.
I think we got that one.
They're going by so fast and furious. Willy Wonka and the Pope Factory. Anchorman, the Legend of Pope Burgundy.
Pope Mile. A Pope Story. A Pope to Remember.
Pope the Great and Powerful.
Pope Scissorhands. Pope Dancing.
Pope
Club.
Pope Daycare.
Pope and the Tramp.
Nice. The Little Pope Maid.
Pope and the Beast. The Green Pope. The Shawshank Pope.
Let's see what else we got in the chat room here.
Pope Away. How to Lose a Pope in 10 Days.
That's my Pope.
The Wedding Pope. The Pope Ultimatum.
Season of the Pope.
Sweet Home Pope.
Killer Pope. Pope Royale. Pope Race. The Karate Pope. Pope Grit. Beverly Hills Pope. Black Pope Down. We Were Popes. Starship.
Pope Me If You Can.
Starship Popers.
Pope Ugly.
The Pope in the Iron Mask.
The Pope Code. The Nutty Pope. I think we got that one.
Pope.
12 Angry Popes.
Pope Falls. And and Nate Sack ruining the bed with Amistad.
A Pope runs through it.
All right.
So much fun.
That was a bit I did not expect to get that much use out of. And I'm very happy I did. So.
Pope Almighty.
That's another good one.
Keep going. I got Rotten Tomatoes open, dude. I'm fucking good.
Oh, so you're... Well, I would say you're kind of cheating, but not really.
Pope of the Worlds. War of the Popes. That's even better. Pope Darko.
Donnie Popo.
There you go.
The other way to go with that.
A Pope's Life.
Pope of the North Star.
Pope Man Begins. I Pope. The Wizard of the Pope of Oz. The Pope Reloaded. The Pope Revolutions. I Am Pope.
Jackie Pope.
The Nightmare. The Pope Before Christmas.
Shit. We're all going to hell.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. We're all going to hell. All right.
The Usual Popes.
Ideas
all of a sudden.
Darkman with Pope Kong.
Very nice.
Nate Sack in the chat room. John kills himself in the name of the Pope. Just a hopeful movie that I'll be able to write based off a true story.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
And with that, let's go to break real quick, and we'll be right back with the beautiful Allison. I don't want to fuck up her last name.
Ceglio.
Ceglio.
Put an S in front of it, asshole.
I keep blanking on it.
Yeah, well.
I'll get better, I promise.
I
promise.
Mm.
Hopefully she's not listening.
And if she is, hi.
If she is, hi. We'll get it right eventually.
Promise.
All right. We'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned.
Do it.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Radio Freaks. Got something to say? Call the show 706-526-4277. That's 706-526-4277. And follow the show on Twitter at twitter.com/TheRadioFreaks.
Hi, this is Kelly Shibari, and when I'm masturbating, I like to listen to the Radio Freaks on RadioFreaks.tv.
The following is a paid, politically incorrect announcement.
Looking for something to read, are you? Read all the Dr. Phil and Dr. Laura books? Unlearn Because Life Can Make You Stupid, written by yours truly. That's right, me. I actually, if you're sitting there in wondering how someone like me actually had the lucidity to sit down and type out 240 pages of ranting nonsense, the fact of the matter is, the best way to describe this book is to picture somebody walking up to Dr. Phil and kicking him in the nuts. If you're kind of angry at a few things and you think your marriage might need to lead in a different direction, if you don't want to lose half your worldly possessions, give it a shot. You have nothing to freaking lose. I'm also writing a second book called Unlearn Vanilla Marriage, all of which we'll be able to check out at unlearnnow.com, which is the sister website to unlearntheshow.com. So basically what I'm trying to say is, buy my book, I need the fucking money. I really do.
Be sure to listen to Unlearn the Show, part of the Lose the Radio Network.
Weird Medicine with Dr. Steve. Erythrasma, sebaceous cysts, progonadism, and then their nipples fall off. Gentian violet, purple-looking penis. Weird Medicine, the first and still only uncensored medical show in the history of radio. Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Opie and Anthony channel. Fluid.
Hey, do you live in a high-risk neighborhood? Do you worry about somebody breaking in and taking all of your stuff or going through your unmentionables? You not? Hey, Joey, we got a job for you. Back to the questions. Aren't you afraid of losing all your valuables? Well, here at Joey, Louie, Vinny, and Gino Security, we'll give you a grade A protection. What? What do you mean we don't use the word protection no more? All right, I got it. Grade A security. See, what we do is we send out the Joeys to your home, and they sit there with you all night and day, even if you ain't there, and watch your stuff. And if anyone breaks in, we'll just break their kneecaps is all. What? We can't say that either? All right, if anybody breaks in, we'll just think about it. Hey, shovels are cheap anyway. Anyway, just call us, the Joeys. We're not in your local phone book. Just visit the nearest hospital and ask the guys with no kneecaps. See you later. Hey, Vinny, go by. Let's go get some pasta.
Please note, we aren't responsible for broken windows, missing food, photographs taken, missing clothing, broken furniture, internet fees, the Joeys watching you undressed, live tracks in the yard, or damages from accidental security breaches. And for a slight fee, we'll keep an eye on your teenage daughters. Thank you.
Perhaps one of the most interesting words in the English language today is the word fuck. Out of all of the English words that begin with the letter F, fuck is the only word that is referred to as the F word. It's the one magical word. Just by its sound can describe pain, pleasure, hate, and love. Fuck, as most words in the English language, is derived from German, the word frichen, which means to strike. In English, fuck falls into many grammatical categories. As a transitive verb, for instance, John fucked Shirley. As an intransitive verb, Shirley fucks. Its meaning's not always sexual. It can be used as an adjective, such as, John's doing all the fucking work. As part of an adverb, Shirley talks too fucking much. As an adverb enhancing an adjective, Shirley is fucking beautiful. As a noun, I don't give a fuck. As part of a word, abso-fucking-lutely, or in-fucking-credible. And, as almost every word in a sentence, fuck the fucking fuckers. As you must realize, there aren't too many words with the versatility of fuck, as in these examples describing situations such as fraud, I got fucked at the used car lot. Dismay, aw, fuck it. Trouble, I guess I'm really fucked now. Aggression, don't fuck with me, buddy. Difficulty, I don't understand this fucking question. Inquiry, who the fuck was that? Dissatisfaction, I don't like what the fuck is going on here. Incompetence, he's a fuck off. Dismissal, why don't you go outside and play hide and go fuck yourself? I'm sure you can think of many more examples. With all of these multi-purpose applications, how can anyone be offended when you use the word? We say, use this unique, flexible word more often in your daily speech. It will identify the quality of your character immediately. Say it loudly and proudly. Fuck you!
Are you a woman who sometimes finds it difficult to afford expensive birth control? If so, you're probably suffering from sexually liberated uterine tendencies, a serious medical condition. Fortunately, now there's a treatment that can help.
It's called legitimate rape.
Legitimate rape activates the body's natural method for preventing pregnancy.
This rape is completely legitimate.
Let's shut this whole thing down.
It was always so hard to remember to take a pill at the same time every day. But with legitimate rape,
I prefer not to think about it at all. In clinical studies, legitimate rape did not prevent transmission of HIV or other STDs. Side effects of legitimate rape may include depression, nausea, insomnia, bruising, and accusations that you're just being hysterical. Legitimate rape isn't for everyone. To find out if it's right for you, ask your doctor. Ask your congressman. Under the legal definition of rape that Congressman Todd Akin, Paul Ryan, and 171 other Republicans co-sponsored last January, legitimate rape must be forcibly applied. In layman's terms, that means if you're just a 13-year-old who gets molested by your gym teacher, or college girl who just gets drugged and wakes up naked in an unfamiliar room, under the Akin-Ryan rape guidelines, your rape is not legitimate, and that means you could still get pregnant. Legitimate rape. It's like regular birth control, except as imagined by crazy people.
Hey everybody, it's Jim Norton. What do I love about being on the Boneyard? I think I love the fact that I work for Ozzy Osbourne. Like, you know how bad you have to fuck up for Ozzy Osbourne to fire you? Because I love Ozzy, I love the music, I love the family, but I love job security. What the fuck am I gonna do that's gonna make Ozzy go, get rid of him, he's too weird?
Jim Norton, obsessed on Ozzy's Boneyard. Weeknights at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Sirius XM Channel 38.
I'm Vinny Brand, and this is the world-famous Stress Factory Comedy Club. Every single weekend, right here in New Brunswick, the biggest names in the business. Get some great food and a cold beer, and you'll see the best stand-up comics the country has to offer. Log on to StressFactory.com to buy your tickets and check out all the best show information. Or call us at 732-545-4242. The Stress Factory. Your friends are right. This place is great.
When my mom is a my daddy goes to AshleyMedicine.com. There he can lots of other women. When I grow up, I'm going to be an Ashley Madison man. Because my daddy's raising me without any moral compass whatsoever. Ashley Madison, find your lovers here. Why exactly are we singing this? Daddy, what's a rotisserie?
Yo, 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 damn son. I was here to talk to you about Bro Flowers. Yeah, that's right, broflowers.com. If you needs to get Valentine's Day flowers for your mama, your baby mama, your shorty, or your secretary, broflowers.com is the place to go. Shit, we get you the freshest flowers money can buy. We use our assorted network of growers such as hospitals, churches, cemeteries, nursing homes, and those fucking gas stations where you could buy a rose for $1 and shit. We use all them to cut out the middleman and give you the best prices in town, son. Shit, we ain't kidding around. And yo, if you act today and enter in code word Obama when you place your order, you gonna get a free, that's right, a free vase courtesy of Maxwell House, son. Yeah, shit. Broflowers.com. When you got to get the best flowers for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, this is Special Ed from Crankmakers, and you're listening to Radio Freaks at RadioFreaks.tv. Yay! I like TV. I like to masturbate to TV and then spill big boy milk all over myself. Yay!
And now back to the Radio Freak. Brian is a big fat and the other guy is a dumb who doesn't ever say anything interesting. Ugh. You're getting me in so much trouble.
here just waiting by the phone. Imagine never leave a girl alone. Every night I'm laying in these sheets and never home. Promise me the way that things should be. Now I know that every word you say don't mean a thing. The writing's on the wall for me to see. Boy, you got that good, good love, not for this relationship is like a broken record. I'm so stuck on the beat.
Welcome back to the Radio Freaks, RadioFreaks.tv. Our rejoiner music is from our next guest, Allison Ceglio, Broken Record.
Let's hope it doesn't get taken off of iTunes. YouTube, sorry.
It's not credited on YouTube. It's not tagged on YouTube, so I'm hoping I should be all right.
Hope not.
If not, we're having the guest on the show that sang the song.
Pretty sure she'll give us a,
Yeah.
approval.
I think it'd be all right.
I think so.
Kind of got, in this video, she's kind of got a little Jessica Simpson, Britney Spears thing going on. She's a little thick. Kind of like
She is
Jessica
definitely
Simpson.
a beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I like the thick girls. So we will talk to Allison in just a few minutes. She's got a couple other songs out. There was another one. Was it Bounce Back that Lainey had sent me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was. This one was on World Star Hip Hop.
Wow.
World Star Hip Hop executive produced it.
With the money at.
I guess her rapper name is Cash Lips.
Okay.
So this one's a little bit more risque of a video. She's wearing like a fishnet body stocking thing. I think they had to blur out some of it. I don't know, since this isn't the type of music I would normally listen to, I mean, it's a well-produced video,
right?
But it's not the type of music I would normally listen to. I like the other one better. Her other
They're
song.
both sound. I mean, I
Broken
think
Record.
the styles are definitely not in my wheelhouse. But you know what? It sounds like it's pretty well put together, and it sounds like she can, like, at least she has some talent. So I think it's okay.
Broken Record is just a typical ballad, I think. I like it. Bounce Back's not really in my wheelhouse, but it sounds like a good song. Sounds like it's well produced and well put together. So
Yeah, I wouldn't knock it, and I wouldn't knock it for anybody. I'd tell people to give this a shot.
Definitely. Yeah. So we're waiting on her to call in.
Okay.
Nate Sack gave us something that he's releasing in May.
Oh.
And I don't know if I can put the video monitor up on this. Let me see if I can.
Give it a shot.
Let's see if I do this. Always willing to help out our pal Nate Sack.
Absolutely.
So if we go like this, oh, there's Nate. Let's see what this is from Nate Sack. Oh, it's Nate Sack's music.
Ah.
This is called Summer Dress.
I see you smile. Are you looking over? All away in your summer dress, and the way I stare to I go insane if you only knew. sent to me from so far away. For now you're just a dream. Soon you'll be lying with me.
That's good, Nate. I like that.
That's fantastic.
It's got like a blues funk kind of thing going on there. What was that?
Sounds real good.
Yeah, it does sound real good.
Away in your summer dress, and the way I stare till I go insane. If you only knew all of the things that you need.
Hopefully Nate won't forget us when he becomes a famous fucking filmmaker or song artist.
I hope not.
Always been a good friend of the show. Talking about him like he's gone. Oh, that's funny.
Like something happened to the poor bastard.
Ah, shit. Thank you for sharing that, Nate. Always willing to help out a friend of the show. I'm not even shitting you. That was really good, Nate. It really was.
It was very, very good. Now, what did Nate provide? Did he provide the whole thing, or was he just the guitar?
It was a YouTube link for it, so I don't know how Nate produced it, but it was pretty good. On the phone now with the Radio Freaks, and I'm sure now that she's on the phone, I'm going to fuck up her name like I have all night long. Allison Ceglio, how was that?
Yes, you didn't fuck it up.
Wow, nice. Good shit. How are you, Allison?
Good. Okay, I actually had a headache the whole day, and I'm like trying to get rid of it. I don't know if it's just allergies. I have no idea what it is, but hopefully it goes away soon.
do you have allergies? Is it something that you normally deal
No,
with?
I don't, but the change in the weather, I guess, and I do hot yoga, so, sometimes doing that, like the next day, it's like a really good detox for the body, but you're supposed to drink a lot of water, so it's going to dehydrate you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you just multifaceted and have your hand in everything?
Yeah, I have my hands in a lot of things. I do.
You've got, I guess you could technically say acting credits, even though it's more reality TV, but that goes on your IMDb page, I'd imagine, yeah?
Actually, I do have some acting credits other than the reality TV. I've done, some parts on Law & Order and, stuff like that. So, it's I have an agent that calls me and, to do movies and stuff like that once in a while. So I'll probably be part of the union soon.
Nice. How does that work? Is it like if you say a word on TV, they automatically have to put you in the union?
No, basically you get 3 pink slips. So right now, if you get 3 pink slips, you can become part of the union. And basically, it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time because a lot of times if they call you and you are part of the union, they have to pay you more, and then people that aren't part of the union, they pay them less. So it could work for good and bad because sometimes, they want to act cheap and they want to pay people less as possible.
Right.
So you'll get more parts if you're probably not union, but, union is the thing to have.
Yeah, I would imagine there's pros and cons to both sides of it.
Exactly.
So you were on VH1's reality series, For the Love of Ray J 2. And I heard that there's a story behind how you left. I didn't get a chance to catch the series, but I heard there's an interesting story about how you left the show.
There's actually an interesting story how I got on and how I left.
Okay.
A lot of people, I guess, just from looking from the outside and just watching the show, would just probably think I'm just some groupie or somebody that went on the show and was like, "Oh, I'm trying to be in love with Ray J," but that really just wasn't really the situation. Actually, I had known Ray J from before, and he was looking for girls. Like he offered me to be on the show. He was like, "Oh, you should be on my show." Just kind of threw it out there to me, and I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know," because actually, I'm a singer, and I was part of a girl group, and everybody knows how a girl group can be at times. I had, like, this crazy manager, and he just wasn't good with dealing with girls, and girls fight and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I had met Ray through one of the girls. Her uncle was, like, friends with him, and he came to town. So I wasn't really into the reality TV thing. But I was like, you know what? It's fun. I'll try it. You know, it's an experience. So I went along with it. And, you know, he told me to go on there and act like I didn't know him.
Right.
And, you know, I did. I tried, which isn't kind of easy because producers aren't stupid. They can catch up, like, vibes, I guess, to kind of, you know, I guess, and body language. So anyway, one of the girls had, like, ratted me out because I was dating a previous, like, celebrity, and they called me, like, some celebrity smasher, and, like, Ray didn't know. And he was, like, really upset, you know, because the whole point of being there is for Ray.
Sure.
And, you know, so one of the girls ratted me out, and it was just, like, a whole big thing. And me and him were fighting in the house, which I didn't really show
Okay.
on TV. But he, like, threw glasses at me and everything.
What?
I was so emotional. Like, I was in the kitchen, he started, like, throwing glasses. So it was pretty crazy, and but they didn't put that in there. And I guess the producers kind of knew, I guess, that we knew each other, you know.
Right.
So I got eliminated on the first episode.
Wow.
I guess they thought I wasn't there for Ray. Yeah.
Jeez. Talk about not even.
But I was actually kind of happy because, you know, it's not what everybody thinks it is. Like, filming is long hours.
Right.
And sharing a room and, like, sitting on bunk beds with annoying girls is not that exciting. And we'll fill you in, they did not have air conditioning. And this was filmed in L.A. They didn't have air conditioning in the house. That was some sick shit.
How do you
like,
not
imagine,
have...
like, a bunch of girls in, like, a mansion with no AC.
Right. How do you have a house with no AC with all those girls being as catty as they are? You would think that would elevate the level of cattiness and make you guys even more pissed off at each other.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they did that.
Okay.
They didn't put the AC on, yeah. Or they said it affected the filming, which I don't know if it's true, but that's what they said.
I guess there could possibly be wind noises and things like that from it or something like that. But I mean, you know, to a certain extent, you could turn it on maybe, I think, low enough that it wouldn't affect it, I would imagine, or find some other way.
I thought.
Or find some other way to ventilate the house or something, make it a little bit cooler.
That sounds like complete bullshit.
I would think.
Yeah, it did to me too, and I was like, It was just like, and I was actually kind of glad to be out of the situation because, like, I didn't need to go on the show to, like, be with Ray. You know what I mean?
Right.
Either. So.
Right. So how did you know Ray before that?
Well, like I said, one of the girls had introduced me to him. Like, their uncle knew him, and he was in town.
Oh, okay.
And we met at a hotel. We went for dinner and stuff like that. So it was kind of fun.
So you just, like, were friends with him. You didn't date him or anything.
Oh, I wouldn't say just friends. Yeah, we kind of dated a little bit.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I'm trying not to
but
blow
I think
up
that's why he was kind of mad.
I'm trying not to blow up your spot if this is not public information. You know what I mean? We're not, you know, fucking TMZ TV over here. We're not, you know, trying to break any news.
Well, my life is pretty interesting. A lot of people don't really know, like, what goes on behind the scenes. You know,
Right.
people just, like, think a certain thing from the outside.
So you're essentially on a show trying to win the affection of a guy that is essentially your ex at that point. So.
Well, I guess actually, I thought it was going to be. I thought it actually was going to be at that point after, like, what had happened, but it didn't. After the show actually filmed, he called me.
Wow.
And after it was, like, completely over, and he was like, you know, I'm so sorry. It wasn't me. And I was really mad.
Right.
Because he was here in New York visiting, and he's from California, so I was in New York. And I was like, I'm not talking to you. You told me off the show. And he was like, I didn't do it. The producers did it. They make the decision. And at that point, I didn't even believe him.
Right.
Until I talked to my friend John, who was my booking agent at the time, because I was, like, getting booked to host, like, in clubs. So he told me that the producers really do make the decisions, that it's not real.
Absolutely. I mean, we've had comics on the show. We interview normally we interview comedians and porn stars is usually our base of guests and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
so you're a little bit out of the wheelhouse, so it's interesting.
But we normally will interview comedians, and we've had a few that have been on Last Comic Standing. I don't know if you're familiar with that show on NBC that they had a few years back. But they've told us before that whole thing was rigged. It was all the producers' decisions. Even the judges that they had live on the show really had very little decision-making in the actual selection process. So that doesn't surprise me to hear that the producers were the ones that wind up throwing you off the show.
Well, I guess it's, they feel like what's best for their ratings, but they pretty much blew me up on the first episode. I guess they thought that was going to get some ratings, so
right.
I guess, they edited it the way they want it to be.
Well, that had to be good for your star as far as your singing and modeling career, no?
I got hosted and stuff like that, and then a lot of people knew who I was, and then I got a lot of haters too, because then, the good and bad thing about those shows is that it gets you exposure, but then it also can leave you with, like, a name that they create for you that's not necessarily you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It all depends on how it's edited.
Exactly. So a lot of these people that are on these shows, like, oh, she's like this and she's like that, and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, but they're not really like that in person, and they really don't know what's going on. So, VH1 could create a character for you that, that can stick with you.
Right.
And a lot of people like that, and a lot of people don't. So it just depends.
What is your primary... I think I know the answer to this question, but for those that don't know the answer to this question, what is your primary focus right now? Because you've got, like we said, so many irons in the fire. You're a singer, you're a model, you're an actress, you've got all these different things going. What is your primary focus from day to day?
I'm also, I also went to college and stuff like that. I'm an esthetician, so I do skincare. I'm, like, really good with that. I have clients that I do. I also do luxury car sales on the side, and, so I'm always, like, doing something.
Right.
But I do love my singing. I mean, it's always been a passion of mine, and I'm good at singing. It's not like I say it, and I'm like, oh, I can't sing. I sound really good live. And, people are like, how come you're not singing more often? And it's not an easy industry, dealing with, some people think it's like dealing with producers and then dealing with managers and, just like going to the studio and then someone making you a song and then like waiting for the song and like things getting mixed and messed. It's just a lot to it, and me, like, I'm not the type of person that's like very patient. I am Italian, and I tend to do have, like, an temper at times, so it's like, I'm like, it's like, it's just, you have to just be very strategic, I guess, in how you deal with people, and I can kind of go off.
I had no idea from listening to you talk that you were from Long Island and you were Italian. I had no idea.
I'm sure you know. Or you can tell.
You, just the way you say talk, just you know that she's from Long Island.
Well, I also get, like, Brooklyn, too, because my mom's from Queens and my dad's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
So, a lot of my family's from there. I guess just being around them and hearing them, talk.
Right. What area of Long Island are you from?
Check it out. South Amityville.
Okay. All right. Not far from where I was this weekend, over in Huntington.
Oh, yeah, that's just north of me. I live by the water.
Yep. We have a friend of ours owns a restaurant down on New York Avenue in Huntington called F.H. Riley's. And we go up there every year for the Huntington St. Patrick's Day Parade, so we were up there this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
And you mentioned that you're an esthetician. You graduated from a New York staple from the Barbizon School, right?
No, Barbizon is actually a modeling school.
Oh, okay, modeling school. All right.
But New York Institute of Beauty is an esthetician school.
Okay.
I graduated from, and I got my state license and all the courses, extra courses that I wanted to take, that I have now. So it's good to have,
I just
always make money with it.
I noticed that in my notes that I was taking for the interview that you went to Barbizon, and I remember as a kid growing up in North Jersey, I heard about Barbizon on the radio all the fucking time. So it's one of those things that's like was a staple in.
Not to talk shit, but it's like a farce. Like, it's not like I just feel like a lot of people that go there, they don't really, people pay,
right,
and they don't do shit for anyone.
Really?
Not really.
A lot of trade schools I'm finding out are like that. There's a few that are really good, but for the most part, if it's some sort of a trade school like a What was that one? The mechanic one, John. Anyway,
I'm talking about Barbizon. I'm not talking about my esthetician school. I'm talking about the modeling school.
Right. But I mean, trade schools in general. I'm saying, are just
I'm sure. Yeah, they just don't really. Depends.
So I've noticed now we have a video monitor on our website that when we do the show, we put up pictures of who we're talking to, and it says on the phone, and then it says your name. Now the picture in researching, pictures and stuff to put up there, I found a lot of very, very sexy pictures that I'm guessing were part of your modeling portfolio and stuff like that. But there's a few pictures I found. I'm guessing from the show. I don't know because I haven't seen it, but it looks like you're dancing on a stripper pole, and it looks like you're giving some sort of a couch dance or something in another one.
Oh, actually, no, that was from a photo shoot that I had done.
Oh, okay.
And that was just like a picture that I took from the camera phone that I think this is just be put on there.
Yeah.
Like a while ago.
Right.
So
we go through like Twitter and Google Images and stuff like that, so that I don't even know what half these things are from, but we just look for pictures of who we're having on the show. So we look for the more professional ones, but occasionally we come across some of the other ones.
Well, it's nice to see professional photos and then see like raw, unedited photos that like look the same.
Right. I mean, we're showing that.
I'm kind of proud of it, I'm like, why,
You don't.
Nothing to hide.
You don't need a whole lot of makeup to do a photo shoot.
No, I don't need a lot of editing. It's a good thing.
I noticed that. I did in the pictures. There's a really cute picture that we found of you with. I guess it's a Halloween picture or something like that, where you're with two other girls who are dressed as Mario and Luigi.
So it was at a Halloween party.
Yeah, it seemed to have gotten a lot of attention on a message board that I found it on, but they were very interested in who those three girls were. Do you find that you get a lot of attention from guys in the industry and outside the industry?
Yes, I do. I do get a lot.
Is it something that you enjoy, or has it become hassle-some after a while?
I mean, I enjoy it. Sometimes it gets annoying, and then sometimes, it's a good thing.
Right. I was wondering how those pictures came to be, the ones that you said were taken with a cell phone, because I was wondering, a lot of girls that are modeling and stuff like that, we've learned from interviewing other girls in the adult industry, sometimes will lead in that direction. Is that something that you've ever seen yourself doing? Maybe, strip club dancing or something like that, or is that something that you're completely against and you want to stay away from?
I'm not against it at all. I mean, I don't knock anybody's hustle. They do what they do. I just like me just like going to like dance around in the strip club and like actually be a stripper. Like I wouldn't have patience for that. I don't know. It's just like I'd rather probably just hang out with someone and be like, all right, can I give me money because I have this? Okay, I want to go buy these red bottoms today. I'll go buy this bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, running around for like dollar bills is just not my thing.
Having worked in the strip club industry, there's a lot of girls that do just that. So
I'm sure. Yeah, it's just a lot easier. You know, it would make more sense.
I was going to say, you definitely have a beautiful body. So, I mean, that's something that I would imagine would be very easy for you to break into, either the adult industry or if you wanted to supplement your income or something, doing stripping or something like that.
I mean,
not, of course,
friends.
Not that I'm trying to push you in that direction, of course, but I'm just saying.
No, not at all. I have girlfriends that are adult porn stars, and they're great friends, and I always like look into things, and obviously, like years ago, it was different. I feel like because they use like more condoms, and now it's like I hear a lot of stories like they don't, and that's just one thing that I don't like is just because the whole condom situation, they don't allow them, I think, on seniors or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. That's not something I would be comfortable with. Like not anybody who does it, but
right.
I just feel like they should probably use more protection.
They passed something called Prop 8 in Los Angeles County. I think it was late last year during the election that was going to require porn stars to use condoms on the set. and a lot of I think it's being appealed, but a lot of the porn companies have decided that if this does stick, they're just going to move out of L.A. Because they don't want the government telling them that their stars have to use them. But there's a lot of people that are very pro condom too. So it'll be interesting to see the way that plays out. You've got like a gazillion different nicknames. I'm guessing Cash Lips is your singer nickname, and then
everybody tends to give me like a nickname when they meet me.
Okay.
And then we had
I kind of run with it.
And then we had Fettuccine on the Ray J reality show. So I'm guessing
it's like, oh, excuse me, right? You really couldn't pick anything better than. Well, basically, what that situation was, I'll tell you how that nickname got picked.
All right.
We were actually
because that was just too wild.
When we were filming the scene, okay, they went around, and there was all these girls. I don't even know how many girls. It was probably like more than 10 girls that they had picked. But when we were filming it, okay,
right.
Like they stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. So basically, what happened was we were filming, picking names at dinner time, and I can't tell you how freaking long that took for them to go around and actually pick names. It took like almost 2 hours.
Wow.
And I swear to God, and I was the last one. I was at the end of the table. Okay. So by the time he got to me, I was just like, oh my God, I had like had, and I was like drinking, and everybody was like drinking and everything.
Right.
And I had to pee so bad. But I was just like I wasn't. When he just like said the first name, I was like, yeah, that's it. Like I didn't even care at that point. Like I was just like, I had to go pee or something. I was like wasted. Wow. And because he was just like throwing names out there because he knew I was Italian. He was like fettuccine, and I don't know. It was just like names coming out of his mouth, like or whatever. And that was that. So that's how I got that name.
Gotcha. I thought it perhaps had something to do with the fact that you were Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
So who is the Cash Lips persona then?
That was Q from World Star Hip Hop. Give me that name.
Right. So is that something?
So
is that something you're kind of still using, or was that kind of a one and done kind of thing, or?
I like it actually. Kind of just like, kind of catchy. I did a music video for World Star, so that's the name he had given me.
Yeah, we played a little bit of your two songs, "Broken Record" and the other one, "Coming Back from Break." So we actually played a little bit of it for our audience. And I'm not a huge hip hop guy. I'm more of a rock and roll guy, but I really enjoyed "Broken Record." I like that song a lot.
The Broken Record?
Yeah. I like that one a lot.
Thanks. I even sound better live. I think I did that song like last year or almost 2 years ago, that song. So,
yeah.
My voice is even better than that. It was good. It was like something I came out with and I tried, and, it also depends like how, what I've noticed about working with studios and different studios is it really depends on the producer, and like I said, someone could sound really good live, and then they get in the booth, and like the way the producer can make you sound can be like completely different.
Right.
And that's what I don't like. But no, the song is good. I mean, I wrote the song, and I definitely had fun with it, and I sound good on it.
Right.
Do I feel like I sound better live? Yes.
Who chose your outfits for the video that you did for World Star Hip Hop for Bounce Back?
Bounce Back, actually me. I got these slutty outfits, and I picked them.
I was going to say, those were some hot outfits. That was very ambitious.
And I was like, this is me, Like, when I wrote that song, I basically was with a friend of mine, and we were drunk in the studio, and I wrote that song. Gotcha. And, and Q had heard it, and he liked it. He's like, oh, I want to shoot a video for it. And I was like, all right, and it's catchy. I mean, a lot of people, I don't like it. They love it, you know.
Right.
They're playing it in my car. They're like they like, I keep hearing that over and over again in my head, and it just sticks. I'm like, yeah. And then I have another one that I just with the booty drop that's even better than that. It's very catchy, and I just came up with these like really like crazy, wild, explicit rap songs lately, and I've just been writing them.
That's interesting.
I guess it just listen to what's on the radio and, comes to my head.
Nice. Do you have a process that you go through when you write these songs, or?
I hear a beat, and then it's just like, this is what it is. I don't know, it clicks. And then I just take it from there.
Okay.
But also, I guess, what I realize about a lot of rappers, a lot of stuff that they rap about isn't, like, about their life. Like,
right.
I rap about a lot of stuff that, like, is realistic.
Right.
So.
I think that's why I liked Broken Records so much, because it just reminds me of other relationships that I was in where you're just kind of going through the paces and it's the same shit all the time and it's not going to get any better.
Exactly.
So I maybe that's why that one, stuck with me a little bit more. And you look phenomenal. Not to say that you don't look great in the Bounce Back video too. I'm enjoying the fishnet body stocking that you got on. That's fucking hot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the Broken Record video, you look much more glamorous too. When I saw that video,
yeah, it's a different look. It's a whole different look.
When I saw that video, I kind of thought, wow, she kind of looks like a cross between Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson. Just that maybe the way the makeup was done, or the outfits that you're wearing when you were outside. Not the stuff with you laying on the bed and stuff, but the stuff that was shot outside. That's what I thought it looked like. And I don't know whether that's a compliment to you or a bad thing to you, but that was just my personal opinion.
Oh, no, I mean, they're both, pretty girls, and, so.
Just not really your wheelhouse as far as people that you're aiming for, I'm guessing.
How can I say it? I'm not like I like all different types of music. I'm just not like a big pop star.
Right.
Pop, I shouldn't say pop star. I'm not into big pop stars like that, in that type of music. I mean, I listen to it, and I'm not like a big fan.
Right.
Person either.
I was just saying, as far as looks goes, not necessarily music style, but just as far as looks goes, in those particular scenes, that's who you reminded me of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm attracted to both of them, so I thought it was a good thing. But again, to tell a woman that she looks like somebody is kind of dangerous, because especially if they don't like that person, it's like, really, I look like that person?
Oh no, I mean, I like them all. They're both did their thing, and they're both pretty girls, and they got it going on.
So you've mentioned a few times so far that you sound better live. You are going to be singing live this weekend. During the Robin Bird Show, which we've had Robin on the show before, and we've had a couple of her guests on the show before. Is this like one of your most recent live performances? Do you do live performances all the time, or?
I haven't in a while, so this is going to be my first one in a while.
Nice. And on a staple in the New York City area on the Robin Bird Show, so that'll be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to go to see Allison perform live, you can go to spincyclenyc.com for tickets. And it's Saturday, March 23rd, next Saturday, at the Cutting Room in New York City, which is a great venue for her, from what I understand. It's not too bad. It's got a lot of nice room, and it's got a stage and the whole 9 yards, so you should be right in your glory. You should be having a bunch of people checking you out, so that'll be awesome. What is Bushi Incorporated?
Oh, I think it's just like someone asked me that today because it's on my credit card. That's my company, my corporation.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, with my with the esthetician and all that. So.
You're kind of a little bit muffled. I couldn't understand what you said.
That's my corporation that I opened my esthetician business under.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was something that encompassed all the different aspects of things that you do, or if it was for one specific thing. How did you get into selling exotic cars? Because that kind of doesn't seem to fit with everything else.
My friend actually has been friends for a while. My friend Spencer, I bumped into him at the Mob Legs event. And I was like, oh, what have you been doing? He's like, oh, I'm opening the car business with two other my partners. And, like, oh, it's cool. So he hit me up one day, and I'm like, I'm interested in doing that, So we can all come sit down, have a meeting, and he knows I know a lot of people. So basically, like, we work that way, you know, and I started working with them. And basically, I make commission of what I sell.
Right. Cool.
So we rent out exotic cars, and we also lease pre-owned and new.
Oh, okay. Nice.
We do all different types of detailing and stuff like that. So
cool. Very nice. You want to take a phone call?
yeah, that's fine.
Christian, you're on the phone with Allison and the Radio Freaks. Go ahead.
Hey guys, my question is, what is the best city that you ever been to?
I couldn't hear you say. What did you say?
His question was, what city is the best that you've ever been to, I guess, to work and stuff like that?
What city is the best I've ever been to? LA. LA's, I don't know if I would say it was my best, but I like LA.
Have you traveled a lot with doing filming and stuff like that and singing?
Yeah, I've traveled, or just to go. I've gone away a lot. So.
Right. That's cool. Did you have anything else, Christian?
Okay. I'm trying to think of another one. What do you think of today's on today's radio station? What do you think of today's music on radio stations?
That's actually kind of a good question.
What do I think of today's music? Like I said, I like all different types of music, depending on like what type of mood I'm in. Depending on what you're asking, like if you're listening to Z100 or you're listening to 105.1 or Hot 97, I like it all pretty much. Right. It's very rare that I'll hear a song that I'm like, oh, this is horrible.
Right. I was going to say a lot of the radio stations in New York City now have pretty much geared themselves either to hip hop or pop or dance or things like that.
Say something real quick?
Sure, Christian.
We're back on music, but I really don't hear that many rock groups on radio stations anymore, like Allison Chains, Blind Melon, Nirvana, Days of the New, Bush.
Nirvana's not together anymore. I don't know if you know.
No, I mean, like, whatever happened to
I don't want to drop the bomb on you, buddy.
There's a few of those bands that aren't together anymore, so that could be why you're not hearing them on the radio.
But no, he's
no, I mean like their legacy. No, I mean their legacy of music continues to go on. You know what I mean?
Have you checked out, a rock station in wherever you live?
Yeah, but me or her?
No, you.
Oh, me. Well,
because I would imagine that would be where you. I would imagine that would be where you find those groups.
They play a variety of music of from the 90s.
It's probably just the radio station that you're listening to, buddy.
Oh, yeah. They play the 90s music.
Right.
Yeah. What I'm just saying is, you don't hear, many kind of rock bands anymore these days. Maybe you got, Linkin Park or My Chemical Romance or Evanescence.
You know what my recommendation to you would be? Get Sirius XM, and you can listen to all that you want to. They have channels that are dedicated to that kind of music.
Absolutely.
That kind of music?
Yep.
Yeah.
Any kind of music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my favorite is probably the classic rock. It's probably AC/DC.
Oh, okay. All right, Christian. Yeah. Thanks for calling, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, bye.
All right.
Oof.
Sorry about that.
We never know. We never know what we're going to get when we answer the phone. Occasionally, it's not. Occasionally, it's not bad. Occasionally, it's oof.
What was his last name? Did it tell you, or just said his name was Christian?
Well, he's a regular caller to the show, so I just know his name.
Oh,
Christian.
He's a regular caller. Okay.
Yeah. So I recognized the number when it popped up. So this has got to be a cool thing for you to be performing live, especially if you don't do it that often. It's going to be a very special thing to go and witness.
Yeah,
you're going to do.
Sure.
You're going to do 2 songs. What do you know? Which 2 songs you're going to do?
I'm probably going to do one of my own, and I'm probably just going to sing a Whitney Houston ballad.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Is she somebody that you kind of look to as a mentor, or?
I just always loved her music, and I love singing it. And I feel like it really shows off my voice, and it's just easy for me to sing. So,
it's very hard to have that kind of range, too. So, I mean, you can either do it or you can't do it. It's one of those things where there's not a whole lot of in between. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you know you can do it, that's freaking awesome. That shows that, that you have great range in your voice.
Yeah.
So, is there any aspirations to move out of Long Island? Is there some place that you would like to move to as your career moves forward, or you plan on staying pretty much in the Long Island area?
Well, I moved. I used to live in LA. Actually, my cousin was studying to be an entertainment lawyer, and she is one now, and she moved back to New York. But I lived out there for a little bit. I was in Malibu, and I wasn't really thrilled. I didn't think it was what I thought it would be. I mean, the weather was great,
right?
But there's just certain things I didn't like. I'm from the East Coast, and all over the West Coast is completely different. I mean, the people are different. Everybody's a lot slower.
Right.
Everywhere you go, is traffic, and that's one thing I didn't like is to go to the next exit. It would take 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've heard the 101 out in LA is ridiculous.
Yeah, that I didn't like, and everything closed at 2. I'm used to here. It's everything closed at 4.
Right.
They stopped serving alcohol at 1.
I gotcha.
It's a different, life. But I like to visit it, but would I want to live there now? I mean, I like Miami. Florida I could deal with because I feel like it's in New York, and it's New York people, and it's similar to New York. It's only 2 hours away.
Right.
Yeah. But the weather's great, and of course there's palm trees. So. Okay.
I was going to say, as far as traffic goes, I could tell you the LIE fucking stinks. So there's.
Oh my God! You know what? I never travel on that. One time I was I was driving and something, and one of the trucks in front of me, I remember I guess the rock kind of slid at my window and it crashed it, so I never went on there again. But I hate the LA. I if I have to go that way, I'll just go to the Northern State instead.
Right.
Of course.
I was going to say, I guess that's more of a road for touristy people. I mean, because everybody seems to hop on the LIE, but the locals know their way around that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You have to know your way around. I'm really good with Long Island and Manhattan. I mean, I can drive in Manhattan. People are like, how the hell is it? Because I'm a very aggressive driver. You have to be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You got 5 options to get across at Long Island. You got 5 options. You got Sunrise Highway. You've got, Jericho Turnpike, Northern State, Southern State, and LIE. No one I know takes the LI fucking E.
Yeah, except me, because I'm an asshole.
Exactly. Dumbass.
Oh, shit. It's funny that you said you have to be aggressive in New York City to drive. I grew up in North Jersey, so New York City was my playground growing up. I used to be in New York City all the time. So I learned at an early age how to drive in New York City. My wife is from the Outer Banks in North Carolina, and we lived in Philadelphia now. She can't even drive in Philadelphia traffic. She's scared shitless, white-knuckled in the passenger seat as I'm driving through New York City. So you definitely... It's definitely a unique experience. You definitely have to have that special training to drive through New York City.
Yeah, but
it's definitely. I'm gonna tell you, it's definitely nerve wracking. I mean, I can tell you that. It's it's for someone that doesn't know. I mean, looking just being in the car next to somebody and looking how these taxis driving crazy.
Right.
And people aren't that good drivers. I can't do this.
Not to mention
But,
some of the narrow streets, especially down in the village and stuff like that, where you got cars parked on both sides, or double parking, and you have to get down this narrow street.
I hate driving in the village, and I hate taxis. They're so annoying.
I've been in a few taxis in my day, and believe me, there was a few times I thought I was going to lose my life, if not my lunch. It's definitely an experience if you're in New York City. And this is why locals in New York City don't have cars. They'd much rather take mass transit or something like that because they don't want to have to deal with that horse shit.
It's great, but I can say one thing. Living in Long Island and having to travel there gets annoying. I mean, the good thing about, living in Florida or LA or something like that is it's you don't have to go all the way to Manhattan to go out. The places in Long Island are just they're just horrible.
Yeah, Absolutely.
You know, especially if it's not in the summertime, there's nothing to do.
Well, you can check out the beautiful Allison over at the Robin Bird Show next Saturday at 10 o'clock as she tapes the, I guess they're doing the Robin Bird Show live at the Cutting Room, which, for those of you not familiar with the venue, 44 East 32nd Street in New York City, between Park and Madison. If you want to take mass transit, speaking of, you can take the 6th train to the 33rd Street. And tickets are $25. You can go to spincyclenyc.com for tickets and go see the beautiful Allison Ceglio sing live in person on the Robin Bird Show, which should be really, really cool. We wish you a lot of luck with your performance next weekend, and of course the rest of your career too. And we hear we hear through a little birdie that you may be popping in on our 100th show, which will also be in New York City at Headquarters Gentlemen's Club later on in April.
Be really awesome to have you.
Okay.
So we would love to have you if you're not busy, and since you are a local New Yorker, you're more than welcome to come down if you would like to. So
for sure, I actually play my I have like my new song is very strip clubbish.
Ooh,
so
nice.
Nice.
That'll be kind of hot in the strip clubs to play.
That'll be perfect fit. Nice. Well, thank you for coming on the show, Allison. We really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great night.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Allison Ceglio, ladies and gentlemen. Again, she will be at the Robin Bird Show live in New York City at the Cutting Room, 44 East 32nd Street. Tickets are $25. You can get them at spincyclenyc.com. I figured that the problems with this thing skipping like that were because I had it on a certain screen, and I put it on the main screen, and it's still no fucking better.
Damn it.
So, fucking piece of shit computer I'm dealing with.
Piece of shit!
Anyway. So, yes, go check out Allison at the Cutting Room live on the Robin Bird Show next Saturday at the Cutting Room, 44 East 32nd Street. Again, tickets are $25. spincyclenyc.com for more information. And, of course, don't forget, coming up April 24th, our 100th show, 100th live show. We're going to be doing that at the beautiful Headquarters, New York. Headquarters Gentlemen's Club in New York, 552 West 38th Street between 10th and 11th. Already confirmed as a guest, our pal, Robert Kelly.
Nice.
He will be stopping by. And we have a bunch of other guests that we're going to be releasing over the next couple of weeks as we move forward with plans for the live show.
Yep.
We will release them as they are absolutely confirmed, because I don't want to say that we're going to have somebody and they don't show up. That would be the worst. Actually, no, the worst would be if we decide to stop doing this horse shit between now and then, which I don't foresee happening. Unless you decide to throw your hands up in the air and say, fuck it, I'm done. So you can check us out live at Headquarters New York, April 24th. It's going to be 7 to 10. Robert Kelly already confirmed, and we hear that Lisa Ann is trying to clear her schedule. The MILF of the year, trying to clear her schedule because she enjoys our show so much.
Oh.
Nate Sack, ask Robert Kelly to unblock me on Twitter. He's a sensitive, and then it's censored. I'm guessing fuck.
Yeah, I guess so.
It would be horrible if I showed up. No, it wouldn't be horrible if you showed up, Nate. It would be great if you showed up.
You can make your request to be unblocked in person.
That's right. And usually that will hold a lot more weight. Pardon the pun. But that would be really cool if you showed up. It's a little bit of a distance from New Mexico, though, just saying.
Just a tad.
So, want to thank our guests, Allison. I feel terrible because I don't want to get it wrong. Allison Ceglio.
There you go.
All right. I just sit and think about it for a second. Nate Sack says he'll be in town filming. Nice. Well, you're more than welcome to stop by, Nate. If you want more information on the live show, you can go to facebook.com/TheRadioFreaks. Hit the like button, and you'll get all the information right there on the page as it's updated. I want to thank our guest, Allison Ceglio, for coming on the show tonight. And hopefully she'll be able to make it out, too. She's a little hottie. Very attractive girl.
Oh, yes.
So it should be a great show. Go down and check her out at the Robin Bird Show. I got nothing else. You got anything?
Nah, good, man.
Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more shows. 6 if you count the live show. So it's coming up quick, folks. All right. We will be back live next week with more great guests for you. Until then, follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/TheRadioFreaks. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/TheRadioFreaks. And until next Wednesday at 9 p.m.
Good night, folks.
See ya!